Welcome everyone. In this session, I will walk you through utility that I have developed called Literature to Leads. It is specifically designed to enable and strengthen the sales teams. The core idea behind this utility is simple. Enable effective sales by adopting a customer specific pitch rather than a generic approach. Also, it helps expand the prospect universe beyond those obvious leads. So, what is this utility built for? This is developed with a clear objective to increase sales of medical literature screening solutions. As we know, medical literature screening solutions typically help customers to identify relevant scientific articles from databases such as PubMed, Embase, etc., and to extract key safety and clinical data from those articles. What Literature to Leads does is support the selling of medical literature screening solutions. It is not a customer facing product. The question is how this utility helps the sales team. Primarily, it helps identify high value prospects that are not visible through traditional sales methods. The output, however, is not just a list of companies. Instead, the utility generates a prospect intelligence sheet, a targeted, evidence anchored narrative that's built specifically for each prospect. This enables sales team to initiate conversations that are contextual and insight driven rather than generic. This is a multi-phase approach. The goal is that the utility should scan the global literature, identify high-value prospects, and build enriched prospect intelligence. It uses OpenAI's GPT-4.1 via API. In phase 1, it monitors databases like PubMed and Embase and extract relevant articles. In phase 2, it identifies different MAH sponsors, emerging pharmas, and academic networks. And finally, using LLM, it transforms these into sales ready prospect profile. Let us now open the utility. This is the Literature to Leads intelligent utility. The search is now initiated and several processes begin running in the background. The utility queries the PubMed database to identify the full text article relevant to medical literature screening, specifically those containing drug related information and adverse event data. The generic drugs are extracted from full text articles. For each drug, the LLM is prompted to analyze known drug development, regulatory and literature context, and thus corresponding prospects are listed. In about 2 to 3 minutes, the prospect list will get generated. As we now see, the prospects list is generated. It is the combination of MAH, sponsors, emerging pharma, academic institutions, etc. Let me select one MAH and then let me select this academic institution. I've selected two prospects and now I will start generating. The prospect generation activity is fairly complex and may take a few minutes to complete. One of the key aspects of generating prospect intelligence sheet is the generation of relevant metrics that give the sales team a clear and objective edge. Using multiple data points, including the prospect's entire drug universe and corresponding scientific literature, the system aggregates insights into a high level executive metrics. There are several other sections as well, which we will explore once the prospect intelligence sheets are generated. Now, the prospect intelligence sheets have been generated. We had chosen two entities, Chugai Pharmaceuticals and MD Anderson Cancer Center. The sheets are generated for both of them. We can view it here and they are also downloadable. Let us start with MD Anderson Care Center. Now, the question is why would academic institution like this even require a medical screening solutions? It's because These institutions perform various tasks like investigator initiated clinical trials, systematic research reviews, and even drug safety research. Now, let's look at the prospect intelligence sheet in detail. Every intelligence that is gleaned here, there is a corresponding sales translation. For example, we talk about how this primarily US based helps in the sales of our medical solutions. It should be noted that all of this has been generated through LLM. So we have the executive insights here, and we also have a sales translations. This is what is of interest to sales. In this particular instance, MD answers and strategy towards precision oncology and digital innovation creates opening for data analytics. You have hiring signals, again, which basically means its commitment to strengthening research and regulatory readiness. This is of interest. It shows us the hard metrics that have been generated from the PubMed itself, the number of oncology publications, and many other data points. For example, the affiliations which are linked, clinical trial publications. All this data brings a sense of objectivity in the sales talk. Now, what exactly are the Anderson's pain point and how our solution can help it? This is what is detailed here. Continues with the revenue opportunities. It also gives high impact sales points and finally an executive summary. As we see, the LLM has done a very thorough job of enabling the salespersons. Now, let's go into a very different world of MAH. Chugai Pharmaceuticals, it is an MAH and it's headquartered in Japan. So this is where the sales translation would be that regulatory expertise would be the talking point here. Similarly, the executive insights talk about the oncology portfolio and the innovative biologics and anti-drug conjugates. So this is a useful thing, information to know when we talk about PV modernization. Hiring signals also indicate strengthening regulatory capabilities, strategic programs. What are its corporate strategies and why it matters to the sales? Here we also have hard metrics here. So we talk about the publications and the global study, etc., etc. And here also there is something very similar in terms of how and what Chugai is struggling with and how medical solutions can help. If you look at this, we see that though the template of prospect intelligence sheets are similar, depending on the entity and what it actually is, the data is completely different. So it is highly customized given the prospect and its background. Summary, of course, is very important. There are also references given in the end. And like I said earlier, this can be downloaded and can be used further. So, in summary, literature to leads convert scientific literature into actionable sales intelligence. It empowers sales teams or medical literacy screening solutions to move beyond generic pitch and engage prospects with evidence driven and meaningful conversations. Ultimately, it helps turn insights into stronger sales opportunities. Thank you all.